Joining us right now to talk about it is Jim West. He's with Total Life Counseling. Great to have you, Jim.
Hi, Jim.
Good to be here.
Thanks for coming back.
Amy. Coming back.
Yes.
We appreciate you.
So this is disturbing, right? Because every parent struggles with this. The devices in the house, how much is too much? What do you want people specifically to know about this particular game, Fortnite?
Well, they're just getting better at making games more addictive. It really started way back with World of Warcraft, and you heard about people getting divorced back then, about people playing for 36 hours straight over a weekend, not sleeping and just playing and not moving. And so then there was, Minecraft was addictive. We called it Minecrack, you know, like a play on words. But then we had, Roblox can be addictive. And then there's Grand Theft Auto, which is even banned in some countries. And now there's Overwatch. And it's just people are getting sponsored. And if you want to be sponsored by the video game companies.
Then you got to play it 100 hours a day,
exactly.
right?
Exactly. And then so the big deal about Fortnite is you have to play a lot to beat 1 out of 100. It's called Battle Royale. And you have 100 people you're playing against. And to be number one, you've got to play for hours and hours and hours to be the best.
It's interesting because my oldest son does play Fortnite, and he said, "Mom, come play it with me." And you know how you want to bond with your kid?
Sure.
It took me 2 minutes, and I was like, can't do it. It wasn't for me. But I do find that he tended to play it so much, we took it out of his room. We took the whole console out of his room.
Good for you.
And guess what? Now he's doing other things with his time. And I think sometimes it gets to that point because of the addictive nature of some of these games.
Exactly. And really, you can be addicted to anything. For me, it's cheesecake. Okay?
Right? Well, for me, it's chocolate.
Pumpkin cheesecake or something. Okay. And we have to find ways to have limits with things.
But kids are different than us because we're adults. So we know, okay, if I've had too much chocolate, I know when I've had too much. If you've had too much cheesecake, kids don't know when they've had too much Fortnite.
Right. I mean, over Thanksgiving, a kid had 8 slices of carrot cake, one of my clients, right?
Oh, gosh.
And why? Because Thanksgiving, nobody's watching the cake.
Yeah.
Right? But when they're watching, we limit things. And so it's the same thing with Fortnite. I've actually watched a client play this in my office, okay? And we download it, let them watch it. It doesn't seem like a bad game. It's just how much they play. So the American Association of Pediatrics issued guidelines saying that if you're 6 to 9 years old, you need to play outside for 150 minutes just to get 30 minutes of electronics time.
Wow.
And that counts social media, that counts YouTube, okay? And then when they're 10 to like 11 or 12, they get an hour with 3 hours of interaction outside.
Jim, how do I know when it has crossed the line from normal to abnormal? Is there a barometer?
You know what? We've got kids quitting teams, sports teams. We have parents bribing their kids to go to Ruth Chris Steakhouse, like their favorite steakhouse, just to get them out of the house and hope that they'll go hang out with them. So, I mean, when it's like that, when they're not engaging in normal activities, that's when it's a big problem. Or when their grades are dropping at school, and it's just like any addiction, even and like drugs. I mean, smoking pot. People don't want to leave when they get so high, they get paranoid, they don't want to go out. They become like a hermit, and they don't want to do just the normal things and interact with society.
And I know we have to wrap, but I can't leave without asking you this. Why is it so addictive? I guess I don't get it. Why is it so addictive? Why can't these kids just put it down and walk away?
Right. Well, when you're playing video games, when you're eating cheesecake, when you're doing drugs, if you're drinking alcohol, it releases dopamine, and that's the reward circuitry of the brain. And the more they play it, it rewires the reward circuitry, and it tricks the brain into thinking the only way to be rewarded, in other words, the only way to have fun is to do this, not be with people, not go play outside. I actually tease some of the kids in our social skills groups because we work with autism and ADHD, and we tease them. I go, hey, there's a new game called Outside.
Want to go play?
Yeah, you want to go play? And you don't need virtual reality glasses. You can smell things, right? It's got all the senses. You can touch it, right? You know.
Cute.
So,
but the good news is you can unwire and
yes,
you can go back to normal.
Yeah, we put those limits in place, and then the kids interact. They rejoin their sports teams because they're bored.
They're bored.
I had kids say that. Yes.
Oh wait, I can't play my game anymore. I got to play soccer.
Exactly.
Total Life Counseling.
It's my pleasure.
Appreciate
Good to see you.